Hello, 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 and welcome to Futon Talks 3D. For our audio
Don't scare me
listeners,
like that.
That was pretty spooky, right? That was pretty scary. I got right into your face.
I thought you
came
were
out
going
of
to
your
actually
screen.
scratch my face.
I did.
And
You just
ruin
haven't
my
felt it
mustache.
yet.
It really scared me.
Thank you. That means I did a good job. Because these are the scary episodes, the spooky episodes, the beginning of a new era of episodes during the month of October, loosely associated with the holiday Halloween, celebrated by pagans worldwide, or at least in the United States.
That's right.
And we're going to start this spooky season off by talking about the scariest thing ever. Those doll-eyed sharks. The sharks in the water.
The sharks in the waters.
And this this is an interesting movie. But you know what? I'm glad that I get to talk about this interesting movie with my best friend and co-host Christopher Midling. How you doing, man?
Hello. It is I. In the flesh.
My favorite way for you to be. Fleshy. I'm so excited to see you again. It's kind of funny. I feel like this is a reunion episode almost. It's been so long
feels
since we
that
last
way.
recorded.
Feels that way. Realistically, it's only been about 2 or 3 weeks, so.
A long
Maybe
3
4
weeks.
Has it been a month?
Dude, I think it's been a month because we recorded God of War, and then
And it took 2 weeks
took like
to
a week to
put
get it
that
out.
out.
All that editing, that picture with audio behind it. Yeah, it's been a little
It's all
while.
about timing.
But you know, that's right. We actually were biding our time, just like the shark, to come back when it would be most effective and most opportune for your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's fitting that it's Jaws. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Jaws was a special episode for us, I think, when we first recorded it.
We worked hard on it.
And so...
That's back
we
when
did.
we made fast
That was
ones.
That's when we used to work hard and try. Oh my
I used to
gosh.
make music
So
for every episode.
Oh yeah. This is a throwback.
I spent like a
Not to
day
the effort,
making that
but to-
song.
And do you remember the art?
Yeah.
The game?
Jeez.
The game you designed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jaws 64 or whatever it was. Jaws 2D.
Yes, there you go. Even more fitting for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember spending hours on the thumbnail. Yeah. Interesting times.
What were we thinking? Fools.
Bigger and better things. We were not jaded podcasters yet. But now, we just drink our electrolyte supplements
That's right.
and make it through. What are you drinking?
Ultima.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
Impressive.
I liquefied it.
Also, just like to point out, sorry, this sequence in the background is so weird. Like,
Yeah.
it happens with zero explanation.
Isn't this how you do it?
This is exactly how I court
You
my
don't
wife
hunt your wife down
to this day.
on all fours?
I do. through these weird, like, what are these things?
Oh,
Why
a
are
little
they here?
maze on the beach.
Is there for like gnomes, perhaps?
To anyone listening, I
there-
have the movie playing in the background behind me, and we're at the scene where Dennis Quaid's brother is trying to get some lady, but he
Get some
he's a-
water lady.
he's a little tipsy and he's afraid of the water because he's a wuss.
Baby.
He had
What a loser.
PTSD, whatever that is.
Trauma doesn't exist. It's kind of funny that he's such a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what his deal is. Especially because a shark never even shows up in the water in this film, so he was wrong to be afraid. Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't get
I'm
his
excited to
boots
talk
wet.
about the movie.
Don't-
Look at that. Look at that. Whoop. There she goes. Wow.
But yeah, we're talking about Jaws
Dang.
3D.
Yes. All right. First of all, give me your 3 words.
I have 4 words.
What?
Bad in 3
There's
dimensions.
only 3 dimensions. Whoa, bad in 3 dimensions.
Maybe not.
All right, I got
was
3 words for you.
I just like that. I like saying that.
That is clever. You're very smart.
Thanks.
I say, wait, bad in 3 dimensions. That's
It's 4 words.
wait. Am I stupid? That is 4 words. All right,
I said it was 4 words.
I'm proud of you. I thought it was 5 because I'm really, really bad at math.
I actually thought that too while I was
this?
saying that. It's the
You were
syllables.
so relieved. That's the problem.
Dimensions. It's 3.
3 whole dimensions, many syllables though. How about this? Better than 2.
Hey, that's awesome. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Did you like this more than the second movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
Leaps and bounds.
With this movie, at least they did something.
Yeah, 2 is so
Like-
boring, dude. I fell asleep through it.
Yeah. 2 is a
I missed half of it.
criminally boring movie.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. In this movie, there's always something
There's
going
something
on.
happening every scene.
It doesn't always make sense, but it's always interesting.
Doesn't feel right, but it's there.
That's right. Apparently, Dennis Quaid, you can really tell in this scene playing right now, was on cocaine for every frame of the film. Quote from Dennis Quaid.
This is actually what the actor from Dexter used as a point of reference to how to act for Dexter.
That makes a lot of sense, to be honest
Look
with
at
you.
him.
Watching his own brother. So
Dennis
excited to watch
Quaid.
his own brother get down.
Yeah, he's creeping on his brother. Just wants to get laid. They're so excited.
These two are like, I know. That's the thing I was so confused about. Like, they're maybe they're really into like voyeurism, you know? There's like, they just want to see. It's so weird.
Yeah. This,
Oh my gosh.
I don't know about this whole brother relationship going on.
It's very, very
A
odd.
little touchy-feely for me.
I also love that. So we'll get into specifics in a second. But
Sorry, the
But I love-
movie is very distracting right now.
it's very good. This is why we do this. I love his tidy whities too. That is full jump onto the man. Anyway, excuse me. One of the things I found confusing. What's the main guy's name? Mike? It's Mike and Sean.
Mike
right?
Brody, right?
Mike Brody. Yeah. So Mike is talking to his girlfriend whose name, Catherine?
Mhm.
Maybe? Anyway. Mike is like, I don't get why my brother has this thing about the water. It's really weird. Like, your brother literally was almost killed by a shark like several times. And directly led to the death of several people for being a dumb little kid. Like, shouldn't he be terrified of the water?
Yeah.
Why is Mike confused about this?
I wonder, is he from Jaws or Jaws 2? Which Amity affliction did he succumb?
Who knows, man? He still
I
liked
think
the
that's
water
a
in Jaws
band,
too,
by
so
the
it's
way.
gotta be. What?
Amity Affliction. I think that's a band. I think I made a really good
That
reference.
sounds like a band. Maybe we'll use one of their songs for the intro. But man. So we both like this more than the second movie, just because the second movie was just dull. But what did you like about the movie?
I liked how silly it was. I think the 3D really helped it.
I've never seen 3D like this.
I think this is the most, like, the poorest aging 3D movie of all time.
I kind of desperately wish I could go back in time and watch it and see if it was weird.
I bet it was amazing.
I heard that like, was it mind-boggling?
I bet it was.
Is this the cutting edge?
Yeah, this beat out Star Wars for a day, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I gotta wonder, you know, like, was it always bad or is it only bad in retrospect?
I can't think of another 3D movie after this until Spy Kids 3D. Those are the only two 3D movies I know of.
Interestingly enough, this had an opening weekend of 13 million.
Okay.
And it was the highest grossing 3D film until Spy Kids 3.
Wow.
which was 33 million in its opening weekend.
I mean, that's a better movie already.
Is it though? This is the
You
thing.
got Elijah
I would
Wood
rather
in
watch
there.
this than Spy Kids 3.
Nah, you got Elijah Wood.
I don't like Spy Kids 3.
Come on.
I have an opinion on this children's movie.
Come on. I watched Spy Kids 3D on repeat for like a week. I did not do that for this movie.
Spy Kids 2 was better than Spy Kids 3.
Spy Kids 2 is...
It's the one with the Spider-Man.
an abomination
He dies
of
and
a-
it gets sad. They're all bad.
Who cares about Spy Kids 1, to be honest?
Did it even happen? I only care about 2 and
Well,
3, baby.
yeah, you got the thumb guys. That's it. It's not even cool.
I don't even remember the thumb guy.
You know, the thumb people? They have thumbs for
No.
heads?
What?
Yeah, don't you remember these awful kids
No,
movies?
I wasn't traumatized by this film.
What's up with Danny Trejo?
Or I was...
They call him Uncle Danny. Like, he's just there. Sorry, we're getting
He's
off
just playing
topic.
himself. What are you doing? Yeah.
We're just
You
talking
gotta be
about
talking about Jaws 3.
3D movies.
Yeah. Did you feel that the 3D served you this movie?
In the worst ways possible, yes.
It was awesome.
I love
love
the
that it,
stagnant
like-
images. Coming closer to the screen in slow motion.
Oh my gosh, I think okay. So tell me your favorite instance of 3D. I think it can only be one thing.
I think it has to be that shark going towards the glass in the slow motion scene. And they're like,
It's literally just like
"Shark!" It's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that
it's like
was
a JPEG.
Yeah, it was just a JPEG.
It's like slowly getting closer and then like glass shattering. Dude, I was baffled. There are definitely a couple scenes where you're like, is this really what we're going with?
Yeah, is this
Like-
is this the cut that you chose? This is what we're going with.
We couldn't do anything better.
You couldn't make
this is the best we
a
got.
non 3D version. That's what I was surprised about. Like, there wasn't like a second take where it's like, oh, just in case it's not in 3D one day.
They should have just like even just painting like a rock as a shark and like throwing it towards the camera would have been better.
Like
Like
a paper mache of a shark, or just a paper cutout
can't
of a
imagine.
kid's drawing. Would have been the
I
same
don't think there's a
thing.
worse way they could have done it. It's like
Yeah.
it was truly magnificently bad.
This was a
and
weird
then, of course,
scene.
I mean-
I don't get this lady's dilemma. She's mad.
She's
about her
mad.
boyfriend.
That the man is she thinks he's cheating on her.
Oh,
So
that's what she was
she tells-
angry about.
Yeah, she thinks that the well-oiled man from the beginning is
Here's
cheating
a
on her.
MasterCard.
Little plug
ad,
there.
little plug. It's a
You're
MasterCard
welcome.
and
This is
Coke.
sponsored by MasterCard. That's right.
And the drug Coke.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Dennis. Oh my gosh.
So funny.
And then there's the famous scene where the shark blows up and seemingly its spine or something flies
I think it's
towards
two
the screen.
quarters of its jaw.
What?
I think it's supposed to be like the broken up jaw of a shark.
Oh my gosh. I like that they're picked clean from flesh. I'll have to go back and look.
Oh my gosh, it's that
Why
that
not
was
just
the
blow
worst
up a fake
instance
shark?
of 3D in my opinion was the end. That looked
Pain.
ridiculous.
It's so underwhelming because, like, they have literally blown up sharks in both the other movies, and it looked better in both the other movies.
I don't
Like,
know how you make a movie that looks worse than a movie from 1975.
It looks so much worse. And also, weird thing, there were like no deaths.
Yeah, there was near deaths.
Well, there was. I guess there's the cheating man who maybe was not cheating.
Who cares about him? He's
He
cheating.
dies. He doesn't count. He's a cheater.
Yeah.
Cheaters should die.
He was doing his job in the
Um,
twilight of night.
What a fool. No one works past 5. What an idiot.
Wasn't that a weird thing? Like, I don't know why they kept this trend going on from the first movie where they used like live action footage of actual sea life and sharks. But like when they switch from the dude making the lock before he died, it's like orange water. And then it switches
There
to
were
like
a
live
bunch of
action. It's
scenes
just
like that.
blue. It's like, where are we?
Dude, like when, and sorry, I know this is going to be hard for you guys at home to follow along with, simply because, also, what the heck is going on with this image behind you? The whole bottom of the ship just disappears. You see that?
I know.
Sorry. Anyway.
Why is there a plastic cover if they're going to be using scuba gear?
I know, they're breathing through, like, scuba stuff in the thing. Anyway.
There's water inside the cockpit. What's the point of there being a windshield?
And so there's a radio in there because they go off radio when they leave the submarine. Mm-hmm. But there's no air in there. And they don't leave a device. And to breathe, they literally have to have a thing in their mouth.
I don't get it.
I don't think
Yet they can
Joe
talk.
Alves thought the science through here. I don't know.
This is like a Joel Schumacher version of a Jaws movie, to be honest.
That's true. You know, I've never said this before, and I will never say this again. The only thing that would have made this better is if it was directed by Tim Burton.
That's a good point. Tim Burton should make a Jaws movie.
He should specifically make a SeaWorld Jaws movie.
Yes,
but it's like
revolves
a gothic
around
SeaWorld.
Just revolves around SeaWorld.
Where they feed naughty children to the sharks.
Oh, geez.
Or some crap. Oh my gosh.
The kids are like full of maggots and candy or something. I don't know.
Exactly. Oh,
they paint the sharks neon pink.
So they can see them better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, this movie's just a disaster. I mean, but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's one of those unfortunate disasters. Or fortunate disasters, perhaps.
What was one of your favorite... Like, what's one of your favorite aspects of the movie? I apologize to everyone listening. This is going to be a very disjointed conversation.
It's going to be so
There's
scattered.
so many ways to talk about this movie.
So, there's just so many things. Like, you know how you like go to trivia for a movie or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be like, on scene whatever, there's a boom mic in the background. And, you know, like really, really, like you have to be nitpicking to see this thing. And I always admire people like that. I'm like, man, they must have eagle vision to be able to see the things that went wrong or like the weird mess ups.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like that watching this movie because the mistakes are so obvious. like you said, we're like just switching completely different places and times a day. Like for example, when they're running from the shark and they go into like the weird hatch below command control.
Yes.
And it like shows them like, it zooms in on them like moving a latch.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it in the scene. And then it zooms in and shows it again, but it's obviously not underwater.
Yeah.
And you're like, but why? Like, why did we need
why
this?
Why we include
so like
that,
tons of stuff like that. And then my favorite thing is that I'm 99% sure that most of this film was like dubbed in a VO booth afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
Absolutely.
that scene where the guys are, they have like their boat and they're going to go steal some coral or some crap. And they're all whispering.
It's like,
oh my gosh.
It
just sounds like two dudes in a VO booth, like watching the movie and like making up what they're saying as they're going.
Absolutely.
It's bizarre. Anyway, so I appreciated that about this movie, where I felt like I was catching all these mistakes, but only because they're just so incredibly obvious.
Yeah.
What about you though? What did you? What was something I'll talk about? I genuinely enjoyed later.
Real footage. I don't know why they speed it up so much.
There's one time the shark goes like,
yeah, it's so
like flies.
Silly. I was really expecting that the sharks, like the main shark, would be the size of the first one. And I was going to laugh so loud. Like, this is what we're going with. It's like a baby shark. But then it dies.
Tiny little guy.
In the pool. I actually really liked Dennis Quaid and Catherine's, so Mike and Catherine's relationship. I thought it was pretty good, actually. I thought they had really good chemistry. I did not like the weird bromance with the girlfriend in the middle. I didn't like that. I don't like it when they hug her from either side.
Yeah, and
they kiss on the lips.
Yeah, Sean like aggressively kisses her on the lips.
And he picks her up from her buttocks and
Does
throws
he
her in the
really?
water.
Wow.
Yeah. He
Pretty weird.
touches her nether regions and like tackles her.
That's just what he does. He's from Colorado.
It's a weird relationship. I wouldn't want to be a part of it.
I wouldn't want to either.
And like she's kissing him at breakfast and taking his food. What's going
This
on
is
here?
mine
Is
now.
she his mom?
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's why it's so weird.
This guy was funny.
Yeah, like Charlie.
Yeah.
Is his name Charlie?
Sure.
Why Bouchard? Why not? He's Bouchard.
Yeah, Bouchard.
I liked him. I thought the British stuff was like weirdly over the top.
Yeah. They thought they were so
Like
much better
he literally
than
calls
us.
him governor. Like governor.
Yeah.
Like there's no one in history that believes they actually
Yeah,
call
no one
each other
calls
that,
their
right?
buddy governor.
Governor. And even he thinks he's dead, he's still calling him governor.
Yeah.
Like
Governor, say something.
governor. Very bizarre. Also, what was the plan
I don't know.
in the filtration tube?
I don't know. It didn't make any sense. I thought they already locked up the shark. Was he like supposed to get on the other side of that tube and close another gate in front of the shark?
Was he supposed to crawl out? But like
Yeah, maybe he was supposed to like
Yeah.
climb a ladder, like where it was tied on.
That's dumb.
But why couldn't you swim? Why would
He was
why-
slow.
Why did he stay in place? He just had to get that perfect shot.
He can't help it. He's an artist, Chris. And everyone knows pulling yourself by a rope underwater is faster than using fins to swim. Oh, dude, I'm dumb. It's because water is pumped out of that tube towards the shark.
Yes, that's what it was.
So he couldn't kick fast enough, so he needed the rope.
Why did
Job
Why
as a
did Charlie
genius.
turn off the tube?
He wanted the shark to die. Just suffocate.
But did he not know that it would make the gate be able to break?
I think he was stupid,
He was stupid, wasn't he?
but it would have suffocated the shark technically.
Whoa.
So big brain
Really
move.
spooky now.
Whoa. Well, Chris, before we confuse the audience further, would you grace them with a synopsis of the movie?
I will surely try.
Do your best.
So what you got here is SeaWorld. You got really smart dolphins that do tricks and orcas that eat fish out of your hand. We follow a man named Mike who has built what is quite possibly the first instance of Rapture, maybe where BioShock even came from. Like the entire idea of BioShock comes from Jaws 3D. Quite possibly.
It does fall apart because of corporate greed.
Yeah.
And like the free market. Oh my gosh. And drugs,
And
cocaine.
cocaine.
Wow.
Yeah. Guys at 2K aren't very bright after all.
Idiots.
Ken Levine should go back to grade school.
That's right.
Um,
Make him watch Spy Kids 3D.
so you got Rapture, you got
that.
Mike. Mike has a girlfriend named Catherine who is like a marine biologist, and she trains dolphins and orcas. And for some reason, a shark follows Mike from Amity to Florida, wherever they are, and starts, parading their waters, killing their friends. They capture it, and they're like, "Oh, we could kill it and put it on TV and make lots of money, or we can keep it alive and it'll be like the only, domesticated shark, I guess." I don't know what they were thinking, or why they involved a British man. Nah, well, it doesn't matter.
He's also like definitely
Yeah,
Australian.
he's like the evil Steve Irwin.
Right? Like I definitely was under the impression he was Australian, and then suddenly they started talking about the Queen.
Yeah, and calling him governor.
But yeah. So like did they have two characters and they're just like, this is the same.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't.
The accents are similar enough. Like, why not? It's fine.
And then, of course, Mike has his brother, who I don't remember his name.
Sean.
It
is Sean.
And there's a weird relationship between them, and a very hands-on relationship between them and their significant others.
Yes.
Yikes. But you have the baby shark now in captivity.
Wait, sorry. I'm going to interrupt this synopsis for no reason.
Go ahead.
But you saying that, like, when Sean... So at some point... Now, number one, Sean doesn't like the water.
Yes.
Right? Because he's almost been killed in it multiple times.
PTSD, as they call it.
Yes, as the kids refer to it nowadays. So he's got this PTSD about the water. Kelly
Shell shark
does not care about his feelings at all.
Not at all.
Kelly, like, zero like thoughts are about his well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And she forces him into like a weird water bumper car at some point. And you can tell, like, he is
at this point, like,
unless
Sean
he's gonna like
care.
have
like, Sean should get out of there.
Sean should leave, right? But like, Sean is not happy. And not in like a funny way. Sean just is genuinely distressed at the
But
situation.
Sean will do anything for Watertail.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my!
I love
gosh.
how he
But
was
it's-
upset that he wasn't able to fornicate in the ocean,
in the water,
in
specifically
the lagoon.
Oh my gosh, he would have been so much happier. But so yeah, it's very awkward for that reason, but also. Just because when he's in the bumper thing with her, it's like watching a couple have a spat in public.
Mm-hmm. Like, they're not happy
Not
with
like
each
a
other
movie.
at the time.
Yeah, like, he just seems genuinely upset.
Like,
Like,
oh, when's this
it's
going to
not
be
like
over? Get me out of here.
It's very weird. Anyway, because when they come back to the scene, probably like 20 minutes later, he has not improved. He is more
It's
angry.
like when your woman takes you to Sephora or
Yes.
Ulta, and you're like, oh, come on.
Hour 5 of Sephora. Except you have PTSD because a shark tried to kill you in Sephora.
Supposedly. I don't know which instance this was. What if he was just there and he's just a wuss? He's like, I can't go in the water, there's sharks. But he was like on the street hearing people scream.
That'd
He's
scare
throwing
me.
up at the thought of a shark. He's like, ah.
Dude, that's what his dad would do.
Yeah.
Let's be real. If anyone
I mean,
mentions
Mike's
the word
fine.
shark around his dad,
Why is Mike fine?
because Mike's a freaking sociopath addict. I don't.
You're right. The
I don't know how
cocaine
Mike's fine.
drowns the fear.
Yes. Also, I love the lesson I learned from this movie. If I ever want to pick up woman, all I gotta do is go up to them and push them over,
Yeah.
and then they owe me beer.
Push him over and then tell him why you are so effective.
Yes. And
And
mention your crotch,
Mention your crotch, mention your eyes, especially.
especially those two,
Together
regions.
Together will work really well.
and then she'll fall over,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to buy her a drink.
Two drinks.
day.
2 drinks is what it takes.
That's exactly what it takes. The push and the 2 drinks.
Intoxicated.
And then you can both drive.
Yeah, then you can
To
just
the water.
drive to her house. Or she'll just drive you home
Oh
and
my
leave you.
For real. And then she just got in a car crash driving the rest of the way. Yeah, what's the deal with like the blatant drunk driving?
That was alarming. That's a terrible
like-
message.
Mike is like wasted.
Yeah.
Mike and Catherine can hardly stand.
I know. They start walking between seagulls, I assume.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad they were somehow no longer inebriated when they drove to go watch their brother fornicate. So that was good. Anyway, sorry. Back to your...
Yeah, so you have a baby shark now that
synopsis.
is dead in the water.
freaking dead, bro.
it does like a-
They actually killed the shark.
Because Charlie was like, get that shark in the water. We need to make money. Or something like that.
Get that shark in the water.
And then the shark dies in front of everybody. It turns over.
It was so awkward.
It's much smaller in a pool than it is in the ocean. I guess the ocean really adds that mass that the pool doesn't.
It's the salt.
It's the salt, you're right. The salt adds about 50 pounds.
It is a comically small
At least
shark.
like 10 inches of girth and 30 inches of length.
It's like maybe as long as Mike.
Yeah.
It's like he
In
just
the
laid
pool,
down
it's
and put a shark
basically a
costume
kid.
on. It's like a child. Very small.
It's like
shark. Anyway,
it's like a full body pillow in the water. It dies, and Catherine's very upset, and she's like, "Go photograph it for whatever reason. Like that's gonna help him." And then the guy who had to lock the gate at SeaWorld in the beginning of the movie, who died, obviously. This is the guy who was in some sort of bloodborne water, and then it switched back and forth between real life and, you know, it's like reality and Twilight. They find his body finally in this rapture. Like he floats up to an audience of teenage girls and terrifies them. So then they take him out of the water. They look at him, and Dennis can't handle it, but Catherine can, and she's startled because like half his body's gone. And for some, like, I don't get this. Like, how does seeing a dead body who's been like rotting for a week make you think that there's another shark? I didn't understand that correlation. Like, she knew there was another shark out there.
It's because of how big the bite was.
Yeah, but the shark could have bit multiple times.
No, Chris. She is a marine
You're right,
biologist.
I'm not. I should shut up.
That's true. You're not. Can we also... Oh, wait, sorry. You got to finish.
I mean,
keep
I'm
interrupting.
pretty much at the end, but there's another shark. It's been hiding in like a vent.
It was
A
stuck in
vent
the
that's
filtration
35
tube.
feet long.
Just long
It's
enough.
like a giant cave for no reason. This giant shark has just been hiding there making babies. And then it terrifies them. They go and try to kill it finally. And it kind of ends anticlimactically, I thought. Where... Sorry, first I have to say the shark kills the British dude who was just smushed in its gullet.
Yeah.
And
like...
apparently he just stayed in its cheek perfectly
His
with a grenade.
His entire torso.
A grenade hanging out towards its tongue. I don't know if sharks have tongues. Probably not.
I feel like they wouldn't.
And then Dennis Quaid makes a makeshift hook. It pulls the pin on the grenade, and then the shark blows up into this 3D mess that looks something out of like Mortal Kombat 1999.
It's probably one of the free effects on Filmora.
Yeah.
I'll throw one in.
From like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie's just over, and there's a big dolphin celebration. That's another really important part of the movie is the dolphins. For some reason, the dolphins save the day every time. The dolphins flosses the shark's teeth, brushes its gums, gives it a little massage. It gives a ride to the humans.
It saves them
multiple times
in the nick of time.
And then they make a perfect I don't know, just a nice little font or whatever.
Dude, it's so weird. Like, the very end of the movie, these guys surface from having just killed a shark with a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
And they take one image of a dolphin, like, doing its spin, and then they copy and paste it onto the other side of the screen and, like, end it in mid-spin.
While the humans are embracing.
Exactly. It reminds me of that ending screen from, like, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Where he's like, ah!
Where he's, like, screaming in his face is like, oh,
yeah,
stretched.
that's a great.
It reminds me of that.
It's so silly and ridiculous. But yeah, that's the end of my synopsis of Jaws 3D.
It's beautiful.
They got some amazing skiers. I thought that pyramid wasn't going to get any higher, and they just kept going.
It can't get any higher. There's no way.
I could have sworn the middle person was going to get on top and make a perfect pyramid.
I'm kind of bummed. Yeah, I mean, it's really just two small pyramids.
Yeah, that'll have to be in the thumbnail for sure.
Yes, it is. They spend a weirdly large amount of time on the dolphins and on the skiers. Like, there's a solid 10 minutes. That's a good
shot. Like, there's a lot of bad shots in this movie, but the shot of like, it's like a tactical shot where like the person in the passenger seat of the ski boat is filming the British dude taking video of the skiers. That's a good shot. There's like 2 or 3 really good shots, and the rest is just trash. You can just forget about it. Like, you're not focusing on the cinematography in this movie. Trust me.
This movie's just so weird.
It is weird. Why did they make Rapture in a lagoon?
The thing is, okay, so it's kind of a cool idea, right?
Sure.
The Deep Blue is that, essentially.
And Deep Blue Sea,
the one with Samuel L. Jackson,
took from this movie. That's why we have a Deep Blue Sea.
Exactly. It was inspired by it. And the thing is, they didn't have the technology, and every scene that's underwater looks like it. I thought my video was buffering because I watched it on YouTube. I thought that I had a bad connection. It's like crazy. It's how bad the quality is.
So there's 3. So I figured out there was 3 phases of filming in this movie. There's the really good shots, and it looks clean and clear and just perfect. And then there's the ones where it looks like it's being filmed through like a glass like this. That's for the 3D. And then there's like the film that has a piece of cloth over the lens. It looks terrible.
Because that's the underwater 3D. Yeah. Even worse.
It's so bad.
And it is like 144p, like generous. Mm-hmm. Not even kidding. It's incredibly bad.
It makes it look old.
Yeah, I was baffled. I've never seen a movie where the quality in resolution would jump so much from like scene to scene.
Yeah, it's
pretty wacky.
It's crazy, dude.
So, in the realm of sequels, why is it that this is so much more enjoyable than Jaws 2?
Because 2 is so boring. 2 has nothing going on. It's like a repeat of 1. It's like they were trying to copy 1 and be like, we have to have this crazy build up to this dumb looking shark that is made out of rubber.
Pathetic.
It's made out of recyclable waste that melt in the water. That's what their shark is made out of. Yeah, we get Brody to get our money back. That's what 2 is. 2 really is a rebound. 2 might be the worst sequel of any movie ever. Like, I can't think of a worse sequel. Can you?
I can't. No, it's 2 is genuinely just a bad movie. It's like unenjoyable and boring.
Yeah, no entertainment value whatsoever.
Not at all. It's not even funny good. Or, I mean, it's not even bad funny. Yeah.
No, it's just a bad movie. And it's boring, and you'll fall asleep to it. You will have nightmares about it.
Boring nightmares.
You will actually lose brain cells watching it. Like,
very true.
Your creative,
because they'll all go to sleep.
Creative gene will decrease watching that movie. But no, 3 is it's a masterpiece compared to 2. It's so silly how it's like the best sequel to the worst sequel ever.
Yes. How did they do it?
I think it's because they tried doing something different. Like, they weren't. I was so happy when they weren't doing Brody, and they weren't doing Amity, and they weren't doing the normal stuff. It's It's like they got an underwater zoo, and they got pyramid skiers and silver bullet skiers, and they got whales, and they got orcas and dolphins doing tricks, and then they got a baby shark and then a big shark. They got a British dude. It's like a James Bond version of Jaws, and it's it's funny. It's not good, but it's funny.
That's exactly that's the best way to describe it. It's like 80s James Bond.
It's like Sean
meets
Connery's
Jaws.
James Bond.
Oh my gosh! What a wacky ride.
Son of a.
It's so stupid.
Oh, this is the part where
weird.
the body floats up.
Oh yeah, watch this, guys.
Here's the real footage of the
it's the next
fish.
scene. It's very nice.
The
very
teenage
nice.
girls.
Also, the water in this movie is so ugly and murky.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the head.
Here we go. Oh
no, he has a mustache. I don't get that part. Like who?
And then who's pushing her?
Who's pushing her towards the window? Who's pressing her on the glass?
It must be the shark.
Oh my gosh, that was such a silly moment. It's like, why even keep that in the film?
Happening?
It's.
I know. Like, what is the serve?
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Oh my gosh. No, I super agree with you. This movie is definitely better than Jaws 2, just because it's a dumb, wacky movie. It is so weird. And the thing is, everyone's ashamed of it. Like,
yeah, people really don't like 3.
Which is weird.
That's a good
Because
reaction.
have they seen 2? I love how he's like throwing up.
Yeah, it's
so
a good
profusely,
reaction
but
to seeing a dead body.
That's how I'd react. Probably not. But yeah, I don't
It's
know.
weird that
I
Dennis
think it's odd
Quaid is
that-
in this.
Very
It's weird that
bizarre,
he went straight
right?
from this to 13 by the dozen or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Cheaper
right.
by the dozen.
Cheaper by the dozen.
13 by the dozen. It's a baker's dozen. Forgive me.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. Cheaper by the baker's dozen.
Yeah, cheaper by the dozen. It's a good movie with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in his brain.
Of the Cincinnati Quains.
Oh yeah. Did anyone else in this movie go on to do anything?
I don't think so.
That's what I
I
thought.
can't imagine. Yeah, there's the shark's cave. They kept showing this, and I was like, what's the point of this? I don't even know what that is.
It has to mean
it's
something.
like a warehouse underwater.
Real. Very bizarre. Yeah. But yeah. Good movie. I actually recommend it. It was fun.
I would recommend it over
It's
2
fun to watch.
hands down. So they have sharks already.
That's why I was so this is the thing. They have sharks. Why are they so surprised when they see a bigger shark?
It's not even that much bigger, the baby one. It's
just a shark.
It's just a great white.
So like why
It's 10 feet
And the
long.
thing is-
Like that's not a big deal.
Also, when they see the shark and they're in like the underwater tubes, like they've been seeing big fish all day. Why are they all terrified of the shark?
Yeah. Yeah, those black tips or white tip sharks that they just saw or Mikos. They look just as big as the great white.
Not scary, Chris.
That's scary.
I wish
They
the
have
shark
silly
had just gone right
faces.
into the lounge.
The great whites do not.
Did you know that this movie was pitched as National Lampoon's 3 Jaws, People Zero?
You're joking. You're lying to me.
Not even kidding.
You're gaslighting me. I knew it.
Zero gaslighting here. I'm not you. I wouldn't do that to a friend.
What is that supposed to mean?
What do you think it's supposed to mean? Don't gaslight me into pretending you don't gaslight me. But, yeah, it was originally pitched as a spoof to Jaws.
That's great. Because that's what
And
it
then
is.
they went away from it, though. They should have just leaned even more into it.
I know. That's such a shame.
Because it pretty much is a spoof of Jaws, you know? Unintentionally, but pretty much. They should have gone all in.
Yeah, they should have. But if they did that, we wouldn't have gotten Revenge of Jaws or whatever it's called. Jaws the Revenge.
Jaws the Revenge. The next in line. I'm excited to watch Jaws the Revenge now.
I don't know what to expect anymore.
Well, this was so out of left field. What could it? Is it going to be back in Amity?
I think so, because I think it's supposed to be Brody's son.
Mike?
Sure.
It's Mike again. You got Dennis Quaid back, but he's in Amity now.
Yeah.
He and Catherine broke up. He has the Cindy dolphin. She took Sandy. And Sean has never gotten married or had tail in the water. Maybe it's that's his quest in the fourth movie.
Yeah. Getting that tail.
Can you believe there are 4 of these?
I can't.
So baffled.
I thought one was enough.
One was so much more than
I just
enough.
think that there's so many shark movies after this. Like Deep Blue Sea and other movies.
Mako the Killing.
Megalodon.
I heard about that one.
So many forgettable
The
movies.
Meg. This movie is better than The Meg.
Have you seen The Meg?
I have.
I believe you.
It sucks. Like,
What,
who?
Jason Statham doesn't make the movie for you?
I know. What a surprise.
It's
Jason
chocolate
Statham
water.
didn't act well.
I don't even know
What?
I don't even know what Jason Statham sounds like anymore.
That sounded a lot like him.
Bald retard.
He looks like this. Oh, go
Bald Brit. I don't care about him.
We don't care about bald British people.
No.
Absolutely.
Go back
not.
to Uncharted and be a villain, you dummy.
That's right. Idiot. Don't mess with sharks.
How much you want to bet
Yeah,
he's
that
going to be
movie's
the
not
next villain in the next Uncharted movie? He'll be Lazarevich. I'm
You'd actually be a good Lazarevich.
calling it now.
Why not?
Why not?
I want him to be
It's either him, Vin Diesel, or Dwayne Johnson.
dude. This is the
All
thing.
good.
Vin Diesel would never play a villain.
You're right. He's
is
too
the-
good. He's too Christian.
He's too good in his heart.
Christian.
He's too Christian. And when he has played a killer and a villain, I think he doesn't realize he's the villain. So maybe if they write it carefully, they'll be able to convince him to do it because he won't realize that he's being a bad guy.
Convince him that crimes against humanity are all right.
Well, you know,
They
if
can do
it's
it.
in a car, it's fine.
Yeah, if he drives a car in the movie, he'll be fine.
Have you seen all the Fast and Furious movies?
Heck no.
Dude, I have.
Jeez.
They're amazing.
I've
Grace and I
always
watched
wanted
all
to
of them over the course of a month. Dude, you should watch them. They are like so stupid.
I've only seen the scene where he punches the asphalt and it collapses underneath Jason Statham or Dwayne Johnson.
So good.
He causes
So dumb.
an earthquake.
There are somehow far more ridiculous things, which
Yeah,
continue
there's
to happen after
Vin
that.
Diesel in Arc 2.
Yeah, I mean, that alone. Dude,
Hey, we're still a video game podcast. We gotta talk about video games at some point.
that's right. We only play video games. Yeah, Chris, by the way, now that I don't know, how much more are we going to talk about Jaws 3? Tell me about what video games you've been playing. You've been playing some other remasters from Sony, you little shill.
You know it. I got the platinum in Last of Us Part 1. So that's my third Last of Us 1
For
platinum.
the third time.
That means
go.
I've finished it at least a dozen times now.
That is an inappropriate.
So you
amount
had
of
to
times.
do what? 2 times on PS3, 2 more times for Grounded and Grounded Plus, and then the same on PS4. And now 2 times for Grounded. Or no, not just 2 times for Last of Us Part 1. Yeah, I played that, and then I played The Last of Us Part 2. Much better experience than the first time. Easily one of my favorite games now. I believe it's better than 1.
Wow.
I am of that mind. I am of that cloth.
Druckmann would be happy.
Druckmann would be happy. A little plug here. Thank you, Joel Haver, for recommending me to, or persuading me to play Part 2 again. Apparently, I wasn't hot on it when we did our first game of the year, but I thought top 10 was fine. Not good enough for Joel.
Not good enough for Joel.
And lately, I've been playing Doom Eternal again for the platinum. Second platinum.
Dang. Look at you.
I killed 200
Impressive.
people online yesterday for one of the trophies.
In one
day, I do this thing that's actually really, really annoying. So it's a Slayer versus 2 demons. So he plays a Slayer, and you kill one of the demons, right? And then you get the other demon to half health, and then you just juggle them as they keep respawning. A lot of people left the game because of it. A lot of people got mad. It's just how good I am. I keep them alive just for my benefit.
You're a monster.
I am. I would lose the games because I wasn't trying to win. Obviously, I was just trying to keep them alive, and then eventually I would mess up or the map would kill me with like environmental stuff. But yeah, I've been doing that now. I'm on Nightmare difficulty on Doom Eternal.
Look at you.
There's nothing. It's super easy.
That's how I know you're not a real.
It's just Ultra Nightmare that I won't touch because that's a insta kill, and then permadeath or whatever.
That seems horrible to me.
Yeah, it is, and there's a trophy like that for Wolfenstein 2, which I need to get.
You're gonna do it.
I want to. I tried doing it before the PS5 came out, but PS5 came out too fast.
Darn it, PS5.
What about you, buddy? What have you been playing besides Destiny?
Dude, what have I... Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What have you been doing besides wasting your time?
Dude. I don't even know. I don't know where you get the time. Like, honestly. I don't know how on earth
you have a wife?
You have the time.
Ignore her.
The strat.
I'm just kidding.
Here we go.
I don't know.
I will. You just
I don't
somehow
know what
do it.
I do,
sleep?
or I sacrifice sleep.
How much do you sleep?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
not
count.
Good. When was the last time you slept?
Last night.
Years?
I think I slept for 2 hours last night.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's crazy, man.
I think it was 4 hours actually.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah. I haven't slept yet today.
I don't know how you do it. When will you?
Probably around 7 or 8. And then I'll go work tonight at 11:30.
What is wrong with you? Okay, yeah, that's how you do it. It's because you get 4 hours less sleep than me every night.
Those 4 hours really add up. Apparently, I just combined hours and 4 together to make hours.
Those hours are real good. Well, you're good at saving time, so I see why you would.
I have to.
Save even more time. Yeah, man, I have been really struggling to find time to play games, which is bummer.
You're a psychologist now, right?
That is correct, sir. You become prepared for psychoanalysis, but no.
You psychoanalyzing me.
So you just wait. I can't wait to analyze you and all your little thoughts. You little man. But no, I've been doing psychology for like 2.5 years, so. But now I tutor and it takes forever. I thought I would be getting like 20 hours, but it's like a full-time job.
You're getting like 40.
Yeah, like I get paid for like 35, but I'm at the school for more than 40 for sure. Just like between appointments or studying, getting prepared to make sure I can help.
I bet you do.
That's right. I do.
How terrifying is this scene, by the way?
That's the scariest part of the movie.
This was a really good idea. Good on them. Because I was like, oh, dang,
for those who can't,
going here.
For those who can't see, they're like in a tube in the underground part or the underwater part of the park, and it's closing and it's filling with water, and everyone's panicking.
Mm-hmm. Must be cold.
Yeah. Nice and chilly.
How many people do you think peed in that water?
All of them.
All.
Have you ever peed in the ocean?
Of course not.
Chris pees there every day. I know that hesitation as a psychologist.
I pee whenever there's water, even out of a bottle.
every single time. What if it's on
Can't
screen?
stop me. Gotta relieve myself.
That's right. This is
I have a small
America.
bladder.
Land of
Leave
free.
me alone.
I feel like I definitely do have a small bladder. By the way,
I think I have
how
the
many times a
biggest
day do you
bladder
pee?
in the universe.
Dude, I envy you. I lust after your
Not
bladder.
really.
Aw.
Sorry.
How many times do you pee a day? Answer the question.
How many times do I pee a day? What kind of question is that?
Yeah.
What is
Well,
that
how many
supposed
times
to
do you
mean?
pee a
Why are
day?
you
That's what kind of
asking me
question that is. I'm asking about
You
the
inferring that I
quantity
pee a
of
lot?
pee times. Oh, I know. Do you have a urinary tract
how many
infection?
times
What's
do I
going
pee?
on?
Let's see.
And do you even drink water
All the time.
all the time?
Yeah, I drink.
So you're a water
I
drinker.
drink 128 milliliters every night.
Nice. So you're drinking.
Drinking.
Are you peeing?
If I'm not peeing, what else am I doing?
That's something.
Uh,
How are you not keeping track of how much you're peeing when you literally drink 128
let's say
milliliters
it.
of
Let's
water?
let's
I feel
just
like
let's just go with this. I pee twice a night at work, maybe 3 times. Let's be generous. 3 times a night. At home, depends how I'm feeling. If I want to pee or not.
you can control
I need
that.
to get those platinums. I can't be peeing all the time.
That's true. You can strap a bottle to your leg.
That's exactly what I do. I have a 5-gallon thing permanently attached to me. I'm actually peeing it right now as we speak.
That makes sense. It's saving some time for later.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
I recycle it for showers.
That's good. I'm glad you care for the environment.
Yeah,
so
we're in a
much.
drought. I don't know if you Idahoans can recognize that.
We don't have
Idahoans? How do you say it?
Idahoan.
Idahoan?
Idahoan.
I was right the first time.
You said Idahoian. That's okay though. It's the drought kicking in. I haven't had to shower in my own pee in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty grateful. That mandate was lifted pretty recently.
Yeah, thank goodness that and abortion. All in the same week. You don't have to pee in your showers, and you cannot have abortions. Sorry.
I'm excited.
Sorry, audience, for getting so PG-13 all of a sudden.
Calm down. We already had talked about the tail in the water.
Right.
It's enough.
We're going to get
It's enough,
demonetized.
Chris. That's right. Don't you hear about what happened to summoning salt?
Summoning salt? Is that like a Warcraft
Oh yeah,
reference?
those videos I've been sending you for years that you never watch. Yeah,
Summoning salt?
He does like documentaries about the history of world records, but usually for speed runs.
Huh.
And he did one on Mega Man 2.
Huh.
And it was like an hour long and stuff. And it got demonetized because in the middle, he showed a 3-second clip where a runner swore. He said the F word like 3 times in quick succession.
Oh, no.
And so he was demonetized. He's like, what is this? He's like, this is ridiculous that I'm being demonetized for this. So he appealed. And then his hour-long video, they come back like 40 minutes later and they're like, yeah, we've reviewed the entire video. It can't be put out because of extreme use of vulgar language. And so then, he's like appealing and talking about it on Twitter and making a huge stink about it. And eventually, after like 3 days, YouTube rescinds their motion and it gets remonetized. At this point, it's too late. It's already dead in the water. The algorithm's not going to pick it back up. But then another couple days after that, it gets demonetized again for explicit sexual content. It is literally
like Act-Man
a Mega
issue.
Man 2 video. Like, I've watched the entire thing. There's no nudity or sexual content of any kind.
Yeah, that's what happened to Act-Man.
And then it happened to the Act Man.
Terrible.
I know. Totally bizarre, dude. Anyway, so.
Salt is a
if
mineral,
anyone
not
deserves-
a person, Josh.
Oh. You
It's
got me
primarily of sodium chloride,
there. Well,
a chemical
Is sodium a
compound
cation or
belonging
an
to a larger
anion,
class
Chris?
of salts.
Well,
Not a speedrunner, you dummy.
I'm sorry. I misled you again.
Trying to lighting me into this YouTube nonsense.
I don't think YouTube even actually exists.
What's YouTube?
What are you, Tube?
Why didn't we start saying that
Yeah.
as youngins? What are you tubing right now?
You know? It's crazy that never happened.
Never been said. That was the first one.
We use the entire word as a verb.
What are you tubing?
No, wait, we don't. What are you tubing?
I'm tubing right now, Mom. Leave me alone.
Let me tube in peace, Mom. I agree. But yeah, so I'm playing Destiny a lot.
That's good.
And it's horrible. It is the worst good game ever made.
Oh, yeah?
And their like monetization is the most egregious I have ever seen ever in anything. Like, so there's this thing that happens every week called a nightfall. And the nightfall is important because it happens every night when it falls. And it's like one of the only 3-person activities that rotates regularly and that's challenging.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like actually fun. And usually you can get some good gear from it. So Wyatt and I usually do the Nightfall together as a duo. And we'll do it on like a legendary difficulty. So it's kind of hard. But we really like doing it. And usually we grind it out and we do it and it takes us like 4 hours the first time. But then it gets way easier till we can do it in like 20 minutes. Anyway, we really like doing the Nightfalls.
Okay.
And this week, for the first time that I've seen, but he knew about this. I didn't know about this. They put out a Nightfall. And it was from a previous expansion. Because all Nightfalls are just strikes, which are like little missions that are, taken out of context. And then you just go do the mission and you try to get good rewards by performing well. Anyway, so this one was from Beyond Light, which was the expansion before this one.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't allowed to play the Nightfall unless you had Beyond Light.
Which is like $100, right?
Right now it's like 40. But like, that's crazy though,
lot.
right? Like, the Nightfall is like, it's like a normal playlist. It'd be like if you bought Call of Duty and this week's Domination playlist just like had maps in it from a map pack, so you just weren't allowed to play it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird to me that people are just okay with it, you know? Or like you're playing whatever and like, and now there's just no other Nightfall. If you don't have Beyond Light, you just don't get to do the Nightfall this week. It's so weird. And then there's these things called dungeons. They're like raids, but for smaller parties. It's like only one you can play without paying extra. It's like crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But I think that everyone who plays Destiny has like freaking Stockholm syndrome for the game and they don't realize how insane the monetization is. Like, and I bought the Witch Queen. It has like nothing in it. If you want to get the dungeon that comes with Witch Queen, guess what you gotta do? You gotta pay him another $30 because the 40 wasn't enough. 40 just gets you a campaign.
That's all you need.
Freaking crazy. Apparently. Anyway, I'm just like...
It sounds like you're wasting your time and your money on Destiny. You should play Hell Let Loose.
I will. I'll play it with you, Chris. See how I'm playing a game I don't like to spend time with you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe then you'll play Apex Legends. I don't know what you're talking about.
Apex Legends.
I'm playing Doom Eternal right now. Because I thought you were going to play with me. And you haven't for like 5 years.
Oh, my heart is broken. We need to find a horror game to play together.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, sorry, we're just talking at this point.
A void in my heart after I got the platinum twice.
Wow. Now I can't play another.
I want them to make another game. Bad. I heard the Mortuary's Assistant.
Is that their sequel?
No, it's just another game. I heard that's big on the TikTok.
Ooh, my favorite website.
My favorite URL.
What are you TikToking?
What am I TikToking? Nothing.
Yeah. The Mortuary's Assistant, apparently.
Sometimes. It's none of your business.
Sometimes. I'll get out of there. Excuse me.
I don't know. It looks a little cheap. It doesn't look very organic compared to Visage, felt really freeing compared to other horror games. Like I didn't feel like we were stuck on one path. We chose what we did and we did it. We just did it in the wrong order, apparently.
Yeah.
I long for those days for Vistage. It was a good game.
They were amazing. It was so fun playing that with you, man.
Yeah.
You could play Amnesia and be disappointed.
No, I'm good.
That's what I thought.
Every time I hear the word Amnesia, I think of PewDiePie and I want to kill myself.
What? You don't like Felix Kjeldberg?
I'm sure he's a fine person. I'm sure he's great. He says the N-word.
Oh, Felix. That's right. And he gets kids to dance with Nazi signs.
So, yeah,
Good.
Nothing against his character. It's just he did too much for Amnesia. I'll say that. He did too much for them.
That is true.
It's funny
I
how
remember
he
watching those when I was a
started a multi-million dollar business on YouTube for screaming at barrels
Yes.
and screaming at
Pretty much by accident.
anything.
Oh, what a wild time to have lived through. We were a history, man.
We were.
But this was nice.
This was a Jaws
Yeah.
3D conversation.
I hope you guys enjoyed the riveting and targeted nature of this conversation as we went over the ins and outs of the second best Jaws film. We love you. And I kiss you on the mouth and pick you up by the buttocks and throw you in the water.
That's right.
Remember that.
That's right.
Adios. Splash.
I would make a dolphin noise if I could, but I can't.